I brought Wes back out here because we're going to get rugged. We were in the kitchen, we were baking. Now we're back out here. What we're going to do today is I'm going to show Wes and you how to take a reclaimed pallet and turn it into two rustic-looking wall shelves. And they can be used for wine, they can use them for books, you can use them for gardening tools or whatever. It's a there's endless options in there, and really it's an expensive, very cheap way of putting stuff together. So here's what you get.
Great idea.
You go out to a big, it could be a Costco, it could be a Home Depot. They've got these pallets around. Ask them, don't just take them. Or you can buy them for 25 bucks, but I'm gonna show you how you can get two of these out of two shelves, one pallet rack. Here's where the asterisk comes in, Wes. So if you go out and you get something like this, remember what pallets are used for. They're used for shipping stuff.
Right.
Now, here in our country, it's great. They can go from state to state. They still a little worried what germs, bugs, bacteria that can be transferred. So the USDA requires manufacturers to treat these pallets and make sure that they're safe, especially if they go from one country to the other on a ship. So there's things that can happen, pesticides that can get into these things. So they either will do a heat-treated version of this and they'll stamp it with an HT.
Right.
That's what you're looking for. But if you see one that says MB, which stands for methyl bromide, it's toxic. So stay away from anything that has it on because it is of toxic nature. You don't want to have your kids' books in it. You don't want to have anything the kids are going to be handling because that could transfer off.
It's also why you don't want to do cedar grilled salmon with the wood from Home Depot.
Exactly. Is that a mistake that happened before in your house?
Well, yeah. We get the untreated wood though. You're gonna do that.
Can you walk around front? See that? Will you see the stamp on the front? I want to get a tight shot because this is what you're going to be looking at. See that stamp right there? Says HT on it. Right there where Wes's finger is. That's what you want to be looking for. Okay. So if you see that, go ahead. By all means, it's a good pallet to work with. All right. So take a look at this. Got busy. Actually, a couple of days ago, we started this process. Didn't take us a couple of days to do it, but you just make a couple of cuts in this. You measure it. I don't have a monitor out here, so I'm going to just tell you what I did. But you make 3 simple cuts. I can hear it, so I'm sawing across, and we're just going to cut the ends of these off, these pallets. So you do it from either end, and that is going to be both. That's where the 2 pallets in one come into play. And then, once you're done sawing, you want to begin smoothing the edges. Now, look, this is a rustic pallets. This is a rustic wall shelf. We don't want to completely ruin this. We want to keep that rustic nature. That's what this is about. So don't get too fancy. Don't worry about anything, that's out, We just want to make sure you don't get splinters or if the kids are doing them. And then you want to go ahead and screw in any loose screws or tap in any nails that need to be done. Then all we have to do is add the bottom to this. So I got some 2x4s, measured the bottom. So this is what your books will be sitting on when this is set up right, or your wine bottles, or whatever tools you may have. And so we cut it into these 2x4s, and then we're going to put it into the bottom. So, are we back out live now? So here's the 2 2x4s that we cut. Wes, you want to help me out? We're going to see if hopefully I got these set up right. That should just slide in there in a nice, easy form. All right, perfect. Lovely.
Good cutting.
Good cutting, good cutting. By the way, we're gonna put this in, and we can screw these in. Are you better with a drill or better with a hammer? There he is. He's got his.
We'll go with the drill.
Okay. So I want you to share the story because when you're doing True Bloods, I want to share with the audience the story that happened to you when you get the call. You got the part on True Blood.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think my manager's here. She's here, and I never told her this story. I'm at the bank, the ATM. Pulling out the last funds that I had before I got the role, and
it always happens. At the nick of
always
time.
happens at this beautiful timing. Obviously, I drove to the bank, right. And she calls me, tells me I got the role, and I get really excited, and I'm listening to all the details, and I just start walking. And as she's done, I realize
Where are you walking?
I walked home.
You walked home?
I walked home,
from the
and
bank.
I forgot my car, so I had to walk back.
At what point did you realize in this conversation and you got home that you...
When I got home, and I hung up and realized, where's my car? And
well, you know what? See, you get a big car like that, your car has become disposable. You just get a new one.
I got a big head and just left it. So I'll buy another one.
I love that. I love that. All right, so go ahead and start. And you don't have to get super fancy with these. You just want to make sure that there is enough. If you're supporting something heavy on this, you want to be able to make sure there's enough nails or whatnot. You don't have to get fancy and try to glue it or do anything like that. But so you put this in. Yep, just go 2, 3 is fine. I'm going to do a couple on the nails. You want to do it on the front, and we're going to do it on the back. Now, listen, when you're finished with this, let Wes do that. We'll flip this over. Here's what it can look like when you're done. You can stain this. You can go dark. You can go light. You got colors that you can make this if you want to do this in a school. My mother-in-law actually is very interested in using something like this in her classroom because, one, it's free, so it doesn't cost the school anything to do, and it's rugged because, you know, kids can bang things up. And then you've got a perfect, we're going to finish, we'll drop this in on the back side, but look, here's the easy part. When you put it against the wall, there's no anchors. You just simply hit through here and into the wall, and you're set. Fast, easy, cheap. And I don't know, I had fun. Did you have fun?
I had a good time.
Right, look at there. Perfect. All right. So check on our website. We've got all the information there. Can't believe we got the segment in. Oh, yes, I'm very excited about that. Okay, took us 3 days.